How's it going, everybody? Hope you're doing well. I just wanted to take some time real quick and actually do the first Q&A video. I've gotten quite a few comments and questions, a couple of them on Instagram and then one or two on the YouTube shorts, but just figured I would take this time to answer some of the questions. I got some screenshots of them because I know I don't have service up here, but let's get into it. All right, first question. I've got 3 or 4 of them that I saved. If you guys have more, you can post them down below and I'll make another question and answer video. First one is, how do you decide where to go or where to look for mine sites? That's an excellent question. I've kind of touched base about it a couple of times in some of my other videos, and basically it boils down to, I have a couple of different apps that I use, but basically it boils down to a lot of where I live, unless I have a specific area that I'm looking, or if I have on one of the apps or on a map that I have at home, if there's a specific site or area I'm looking for, a lot of it's honestly just exploring. I've talked about in my videos how obviously when there's not snow on the ground, you can see the signs of the hands of man. A lot of times I wing it with that Headframe site. That was a specific area and a specific one I was trying to find. For the most part, it's just getting out there and exploring. I say it as part of my channel motto, but I'm also a firm believer in it. Sometimes you just have to get either boots on the ground or get some windshield time and drive out there and check it out. On to the next one. Okay, second question. This one's a little more specific. Kind of a two-parter, looks like. Why do you snowshoe on what you call fire roads? Why don't you ever snowshoe up into the lakes? That's a really good point. Where I live, I'm actually lucky enough to where just about 10 or 15 minutes outside of town, and I'm up in the mountains. And then from there, there's just so many roads that I can take. And I call them fire roads, and that's kind of more of a generic term that I use a lot, but they're honestly what the bulk of them are either logging roads or mining roads. There's a couple of paved passes that I take from my town to where I can get out into the mountains and explore. Now that the snow's here this time of year, they plow the paved passes, and then from there, I mean, you're basically just in the mountains in the snow. So unless you have a tracked vehicle or like a snowmobile, anything like that, you're basically going to be snowshoeing or cross-country skiing. In the wintertime, it's a lot harder for me to, like for example, the Alpine lake video that I posted, I'll put a link down in the description. That was right at the end of fall. I want to say it's another 8 to 10 miles to the trailhead, and then the trail itself is just under, I think, 2 miles. Maybe it's like 1.5 miles in. Anyway, so I mean, it would be quite a jaunt for me to go and snowshoe that one. I actually would really like to do an overnight camp where I actually snowshoe in and camp. They kind of get hard to access unless you have something that can handle the deep snow. That's usually why I go up and just snowshoe on the fire roads, because that can take me to places like this. Let's go to the next one. All right, looks like next question is, have you thought about doing a Patreon or merch so people can support you now? That's actually a question I wasn't expecting. So kind of another two-parter. As far as Patreon goes, I don't feel like at the moment I have enough content or information or extra that I'd be able to offer to someone to make it, I feel like, worth their while, even if it's only like $2 a month. I have thought about doing what I would call a gas and tires fund or an exploring fund. Basically, probably something like a PayPal link or something that I would put in the bottom of my videos. That way, if someone wanted to donate a little bit, it could be a one-time thing. If they don't want to, literally no pressure whatsoever. I just don't have enough extra stuff to, I feel like, make it worthwhile for someone to want to pay for like a Patreon. But that would at least keep the channel going, keep me being able to get out some videos for you guys, and hopefully we can just keep growing this community that we have so far. But if you think you'd like me to do something like that, please comment down below, let me know. Hopefully that answers your question. We'll get on to this last one. All right, final question for you guys in this first question and answer video. Ooh, so I actually saw multiple of this one or some form of it, and these are definitely more on my YouTube Shorts side, not as many on Instagram. And it's basically something along the lines of, where's this mine site? Where are you exploring? Where is this located? How can I get there? Can you drop me a pin? Something like that. So this one's a little bit harder for me to answer, to be honest. I've lived here for quite a while, but I'm not from the area, and I don't personally feel like I should, at the moment, be giving out any of these locations. But I'm a firm believer in not necessarily exploring by yourself, but going out and exploring somewhere. I feel like it's different if it's a hidden find, like in a national park or like a state park or something that's already well known and posted. But it wouldn't take much for, if I dropped the name of a mine site, that a person would be able to find it rather quickly. Not because they were that big or that historical necessarily, but I feel like it wouldn't take much to be able to be found. So there's been actually several locations that I've gone to years ago before I started doing videos. I would drive right up and say that there's like a mine site or a historic thing or some cool formation or something just like right here. And there would be times where I would do that and I would actually forget about it like the next summer, or you know, we'd get there 2 summers later and I would come up and there would be either like concrete barriers because they blocked it off because of misuse or damaging the land, or people going off trail. I've seen obviously several sites that have like vandalism. I've seen several sites that are just not taken care of properly, and I don't know if it's because I'm not from the area or what exactly, but I feel like that's just not right. And I know a lot of my subscribers wouldn't do that, but I know that also once you put something out on the internet, then you can't really take it back. Again, probably not the answer that people want. I've tried to answer some of it on the YouTube shorts. Most people understand, but there's definitely some that don't, and you can tell that they get upset about it. So anyway, that's just the answer to that one. Hopefully that doesn't annoy any of my current subscribers. It might annoy people that haven't watched my stuff before, but at least at the moment, that is what it is. So, alright guys, that's it for this first question and answer video. If you guys like this, or if you like the question and answer video, then let me know down in the comments. Like and subscribe. Follow along for more if you like this type of content, like this stuff that I'm doing. I love having you guys along. Start heading my way back up the hill towards the truck, and we'll catch you guys out on the next one. Stay safe when you're out there. Get out and explore.